All right, Maddie, welcome back to another week of After Hours. We had a very hot week last week, and team, we're going to be getting into a lot of good topics today. Ripple Stablecoin just announced that we will, Maddie's eager to get into that, as I know he is the XRP guy. He's the one that led us down this path, and there's no going back. We're also going into begin into how does this affect XRP? Because as I know, you guys are big XRP bulls, so you guys want to know, okay, what's the cause and effect here? And maybe some XR feed topics, and maybe, just maybe, if we have enough time, we'll get into looking at the chart of Render, as that is the best, or at least one of the best performing altcoins this last run that we're in the bull run. We are been out of the bear market for a while now, but it is the best performer, and we have been talking about it for a while. So we're going to talk a little bit about these topics, team. Make sure you stick around, and team, make sure you like the video. I've asked that with aggression the last couple shows, and you guys responded. I mean, our last show was 400, 500 likes, one of our most liked shows. So I'm just going to ask here, please like the show if you get some value out of it. I know Maddie's going to be dropping a lot of gems this show, and we're going to be covering a lot of hot crypto topics, so you're not going to want to miss it. Maddie, anything I'm missing here? CryptoCharge.com?
Yeah, of course. Make sure you guys check us out there. That's where we are from. Everything that we drop here is really just kind of the tip of the iceberg, getting you guys educated on either, roundtable topics. Of course, the Ask Maddie show, we answer your questions a little bit more directly there. But, if you guys want to be immersed in an all-in-one educational experience, CryptoCharge.com is where it's at. We do live updates Monday through Friday, Discord community, trade ideas, coin library, 30 days free trial, no matter what membership you pick. So make sure you check us out there. I really do value your feedback, even if you decide not to stick with our program. So come check us out, help me out, help you out.
Absolutely, Matt. Team, we're going to get into it right now. And, wake it up last night, or actually I was awake last night, and then I get, just a notification that Bitcoin breached $71,000. So we are heating up. It's happened a couple Mondays. These last couple Mondays, you wake up and, the markets are moving. So that's a good thing. But Maddie, people are continuously, we touched on this last week, and we're just going to spend a couple points here on it. We saw these people on Twitter saying, oh, MEXC reached out, blah, blah, blah. MEXC, KYC this. I still haven't got that email. I know you haven't either. So team, Maddie actually in the Discord broke down a plan for you guys, because a lot of the crypto charge community uses MEXC, and now we got to pivot. We did that with KuCoin. We utilized KuCoin for a while, and then we had to pivot. So make sure you guys are in the Discord for that. And I think that's all we're going to talk about. We talked about it last week and what other options you could have. I know Maddie laid out a very plan, a very pointed, this is what we're doing, guys. Don't freak out. Not a big deal. This is just the name of the game. Welcome to being a U.S. crypto investor. So nothing really new here. But Maddie, what I really want to get into is this not XRP stablecoin. Jeez, I was telling Maddie last week, I'm like, I hope this helps people decipher what the difference between XRP, the token, the asset, and Ripple, the company. I'm out here XRP, the stablecoin, I'm already screwing up. But I think this is gonna be a good thing, Matt. And I'm just gonna read it, and then we'll allow you to just let your mind go into deep of these topics, because a lot of these topics you've talked about a lot, and I know there's some hot topics, and this is just a great moment for Ripple to do this. Ripple to launch US dollar stablecoin, taking on a $150 billion market dominated by Tether and, of course, Circle. Maddie, what does this mean? What does this look like for the future of, Ripple? What does it look like for the future of XRP? What matters here?
So when we talk about stablecoins as a whole, it's an integral part to the crypto ecosystem. Without stablecoins, we are still heavily reliant on that fiat system. And to some extent, we always will have a form of fiat. Anybody who is a believer in the maximalism of, we will all only own Bitcoin, or we'll all only own XRP. That's not reasonable for means of trade, right? Variable instruments are not reasonable for trade. Now, it's not to say you can't make trades with people and, give me your XRP for your Bitcoin or whatever you want to settle in. But stablecoins are going to continue to be an important part of this. So we've also learned that it's not difficult to back a stable coin when you can basically DCA in and out of treasury bonds, which is how they're able to capitalize on this. Is they have short-term T-bonds, they have longer-term T-bonds, especially when they know there's a good rate. Hold on to some of those longer-term T-bonds so that they can continue to have that larger backing. There's also cash equivalents in there, and you can have some small amount of variance in there with some slightly more volatile assets, but as long as like the majority of it is backed by cash and cash equivalents, it's not a problem. Now, Circle and Tether here have been the biggest competitors in the game for a very long time, and it is time that we get maybe some bigger competition in there. All it's really going to do is spark more competition and more innovation when it comes to stablecoins. Now, when we look at where the availability of cross-chain transfers for stablecoins, that has really ramped up even in the last 2 years. Previously, even I think when I say the last like 18 months, 2 years, you were only able to send stablecoins over ERC20 from Coinbase, even though there were lots of other international exchanges allowing you to go over Tron or BSC or whatever you wanted to go over. And now that we have a lot of these scaling solutions like Optimism and Matic, you have options, right? And Coinbase understands that, hey, if we want to continue to be a viable exchange, we need to give users the ability to go over multiple chains, which also just saves a lot of money, right? If I don't have to use Ethereum, I'm not going to use Ethereum. It is literally the worst vehicle. When you guys look at all of the fees on there, ETH every single time is the most expensive, and a lot of the time is the longest wait for finality and settlement. So fast forward with all that long-windedness to say, we have Ripple developing a stablecoin, the fintech company Ripple developing a stablecoin for the XRPL. It will also be EVM compatible, Ethereum virtual machine compatible, so it can also run over ETH rails. You are going to be putting more demand on the XRP ledger, which is long-term bullish for XRP. Now, do I think Ripple launches stablecoin and XRP goes to $2,000? No, I don't. But when you look at the increased demand on the network, you have a drop of XRP that is burned each and every time a transaction is validated on the XRP ledger. So, of course, when we send XRP, that's going to cost some money. When we buy an NFT, that costs money. As more real-world assets become available on the XRP ledger, we're going to have more and more demand and more scarcity. Now that scarcity is a trickle, like over time. Same reason why I don't believe that Bitcoin halving is like, hey, there's half the reward now, so everybody has to pay quadruple or 5 times this to use Bitcoin. It's really more of this long-term effect of slowly taking availability offline, and less people have access to the coins, right? So over time that price goes up. But I don't think Ripple stablecoin goes online, XRP to $2,000, but it does create more demand. It creates a healthier ecosystem, and allows people to stay more within the XRP ecosystem. So if they're able to sell for stablecoins, but then they are selling that stablecoin on the XRP ledger, it might just stay there, right? Until they're actually ready to pull out into fiat. Eventually, we will use stablecoins. I don't know if it's Ripple stablecoin. I don't know if we're going to have all these options, but we will stop using US dollars and we will eventually start using stablecoins. And for some people, that really is going to bother them. To me, it doesn't. You guys already have digital money. We already have this trustless system where, hey, I promise you all these ones and zeros in your bank account are just as good as these pieces of paper that are already backed by absolutely nothing, right? So all we're doing is just taking this inefficient fiat system, this paper fiat system, and turning it into a more efficient digital fiat system. And if we can lay more of that over the XRP ledger, long-term bullish for all of crypto, in my opinion.
Great breakdown, Matt. You can go on a tangent sometimes, and I love that about you. But I do want to ask you, in the real world, what does this look like? Okay, so we've been utilizing Tether, we've been utilizing USDC, we've been utilizing, USDT, I said Tether, USDT. We've been utilizing these stable coins for a while now. What does this look like for you? Is this like, okay, like if possible on like one of these exchanges, maybe on Coinbase soon here, like is that something you're looking to take profits on your crypto, move it into Ripple's stablecoin? Is that a stablecoin you're looking to utilizing upcoming here, or do you like need more info?
I mean, definitely need more info. We're in the early phases of this, information. We don't know what it's going to look like, what the release date is, if we're going to be able to earn any APY, right? And I think that might be an option that we can look into. But right now with USDC inside of Coinbase, if you have a Coinbase One membership, costs $30 a month. You can earn over 5% APY, and it's a payable APY because, again, we talked about the backing of these coins being treasuries, T-bonds, cash equivalent. So they are able to pay whatever the going rate is, and this is not unique. So if they didn't offer that, I would probably stick with USDC as a holding, vessel until we had that opportunity. But knowing Ripple, knowing the way that they've been pushing forward the adoption of XRPL, I think they are very aware of the competition out there, and they wouldn't want to not participate and try to, be aggressive and offer, at least competitive APY to what's out there currently. But over time, I do think that we're going to be able able to use our Apple wallets and our Android wallets, and instead of just having Wells Fargo in there, it's just going to be another stablecoin. You'll be able to tap to pay just like that. Does that happen in the next 2 or 3 years? Probably not. Does it happen in the next decade or so? I think definitely. So I think that we're going to be seeing a lot more competition come online, and I definitely am interested in the performance of the XRP stablecoin coming online here.
They're going to have to work for the service or work for if they want my service or they want, me to use their product that they're offering here, they're going to have to it's not just this undying loyalty, anything XRP related, I'm there. It's the same thing with the people with that offer undying loyalty to exchanges. Remember, everyone was everyone would die for Uphold on any given day last year. And it's and it's well, what's working for me right now? What is the best option to save money, buy crypto easily, blah, 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 be able to remove my crypto, which was a problem on Uphold with Casper for a long time. So, hey, if they especially if I'm able to, earn an APY on some Ripple stablecoin, definitely going to be utilizing that. But off of the topics that you just talked about, Maddie, I want to talk about this XRP FUD tweet that Bill Morgan just tweeted today, and we're not going to read the whole thing. I'll just read, there's a little paragraph here, and then there's 3 points. And I want to get your thoughts on this. There are 3 species of FUD that it seems that the XRP community cannot move on from and continue to entertain, no matter how many reasons are put forward to dismantle these incorrect narratives. The 3 incorrect narratives, including number 3, the newbie, are that XRP price has been suppressed by Ripple dumping XRP, that XRP does not have legal clarity, and that the proposed XRP stablecoin will replace XRP or decrease demand for XRP or suppress its price. Maddie, what do you think about this?
I think people need to understand the mechanisms of whatever ecosystem they're talking about before they open their mouth. First of all, the XRP price has been suppressed by Ripple dumping XRP. Guys, this is all can be clarified looking at on-chain data. It is on-chain data. That is the beauty of this, is we don't have to speculate. You can just go look and see, is Ripple actually dumping XRP? No, they're not. They don't have any incentive to dump XRP. In fact, they need more XRP than anything because of their ODL corridors, right? Their on-demand liquidity corridors. Ripple's entire profitability revolves around them creating new relationships with other money managers and money transmitters. And if they don't have XRP to offer for instant liquidity, meaning, hey, you have $5 million, $10 million, $20 million, and you settle it instantly, do I want to be scraping around in exchanges and trying to link together OTC deals in order to create enough liquidity for this client that I know has this amount of demand? Or do I need to have enough XRP in my coffers at all times to ensure that I can facilitate all these transactions as needed? Got to do a little bit of thinking here, guys. I know that most of you guys don't know how money works, period. And so you layer crypto on top of it and it becomes a big mess. XRP does not have legal clarity. Again, literally, guys, it is documents online for free, $0 You can go and read the documents and the rulings in the SEC v. Ripple case, where explicitly over and over and over again, the judge states that XRP within itself does not represent a security. Now, are there ways that assets can become securities over time if there's other, contingencies that are related to the sale of that asset in a certain, contract capacity? Of course, but secondary sales do not automatically constitute security. So wrong, absolutely, all around. Again, just idiots who don't know anything. Again, most of these guys out here spreading FUD, they bought a few meme coins and that's all they know. And then number 3, the proposed XRP stablecoin will replace XRP or decrease demand for XRP or suppress its price. Token standards, guys. When you look at ERC20 for Ethereum, what does that mean? What is a token standard? A token standard is the set of rules and contingencies that create the protocol itself. It calls for issuance of tokens, it calls for burning of tokens, and basically the entire rule book for how the protocol has to work, right? And in order to build anything on that network, you have to comply with those rules. The only way those rules could change if there was a complete overhaul and all validators agree, we're going to be operating in a way completely different than the foundation of what we worked on previously. Think about token standards like the Constitution. Can we make amendments? Yes, we can. But does the bulk of the importance of the Constitution stay the same and only altered when we're able to all agree that we're not, dismantling any of the key, prongs of the Bill of Rights, right? When we look at XRP stablecoin coming online, it is just an asset that runs over the XRPL, right? If I add a token to the Ethereum ecosystem, does that mean it's replacing Ethereum? No, because guess what? The gas fees are paid by prescription in Ethereum. So even if it's not Ripple stablecoin that runs over XRPL, and someone else launches their own stablecoin that's XRPL compatible, they would still pay those gas fees in what, guys? XRP, right? So how can you replace the mechanism for payment that is literally the basis for the token standard within itself? So again, please, guys, learn a little bit about crypto. This is so easy to get sucked into these things. And, you read three of these things and you look at price and you go, well, of course, that's why, price hasn't gotten where I expect it to in this XYZ period of time. But please, take a little bit of time to understand these things. It's not difficult to spend, a few hours just getting your head around these basic concepts, and it can help you combat these absolute nonsense narratives. You can always research any of these FUD pieces and you're going to find some confirmation biases. But when it's true FUD, you're going to find a lot of other articles that show that is just complete nonsense and not true in any capacity.
Love that, Matt. Love that, Matt. Let's get into the last few of enough time here. Let's talk about Render real quick, Matt. Render was a crypto that we talked a lot about on the shows deep into the bear market. And I know as we started to get out of the bear market, you were looking at an entry point to get into some Render, and that never took place. And now we have seen Render probably be the best performer out of altcoins, and was kind of like what we were expecting out of maybe Casper, right? To some extent, investing in these altcoins, not taking the Bitcoin approach and looking at some altcoins that could run with or run way past, as we see, like, we can compare here. You can pull up a chart of that Bitcoin returns on Render returns, like it's not even comparable. Right. But we have seen this altcoin absolutely run, and it's an altcoin that we talked about. And I was just wondering, could you give us some charting of it? Because like this is a crazy altcoin, and many were probably looking to maybe get into it right now. Is that a wise idea? Can you give us some analysis on that?
Sure. So you guys always know, just because we've had really good current performance does not promise equal performance moving forward, right? Like what a lot of people like to do is they go, all right, well, in this leg up, we did a 6x move in 150 days, right? And in this leg, we did a 800% move in 188 days. So I probably got to get a 7x from current market. Right. And that's where we end up here, is that I get an $80 render. And that's because we're going to follow the fractals exactly. I don't even suggest this was XRP. If I were to apply that same logic to XRP, I would tell you guys, we're getting $150, $200 XRP based on fractals. I'm personally not of that belief. Now, can we always get our expectations, exceeded? Yes, absolutely. But I always try to look at the fibs, look to see where those, initial targets are, and see, are we playing with fire here, right? What is your goal here? Are you getting in just hopes it goes up and then you're going to get out when everyone else tells you it's time to get out, or are you going to get out at certain targets? When you have assets that are this hot, in my opinion, the only effective way to make money with them without getting hurt, because there's large imbalances to get left behind, is to swing trade. So you want to maybe take some more shorter term trades. You want to be identifying opportunities where you have higher lows that you're joining the trend intact, trying to maybe sell a little bit into the next high. One of the things that we can look at is, obviously we had a big break of this downtrend from the relentless downtrend. And again, so many alts look like this and everyone says, wow, look at that, minus 96.85%, right? What an absolute garbage token. But then you get that God candle that takes out resistance, a little throwback, and then everything's, hunky-dory. And we have a lot of faith in what's happening here. We look at the previous swing high and previous swing low in here as well. You can see that, first of all, that 236 got cleared out, which is why I told my team a lot of the time, guys, listen, if you have opportunities that look like this down in here, and you get this big accumulative base, and you see that 236 is really far away and there's really good ROI, those are going to be some of the most asymmetric bets that you can possibly take. And finding those opportunities and engaging them over and over can make you more profit than just buying and holding into every asset. So again, just showing you guys, this is the kind of opportunity you want to look for, these blue box opportunities. Once it's out of that blue box opportunity, the opportunity becomes dismal at that point. One thing that we also want to consider here, though, is again, these fibs, if I'd placed this here, which I did in 2021, we had the clear 2022 low come in. You guys can see that as we worked our way through the fibs, 618, a little rejection there. But look where we topped out at this recent top here perfectly, 1.618 to perfection. And then had a nice pullback into that previous all-time high, and we've seen another nice impulse here on the 3-day chart. We come out to the daily chart here. We're getting some momentum here over the 50-day moving average. Maybe we get another double bottom in here. It might be a good entry around 870 or 880 or so. Maybe we don't get it. But again, what I always want to be paying attention to here is, where does that next overhead resistance lie? Where does that next fib lie, right? I would potentially be looking to do more of a swing trade in this capacity, where I'm targeting that next big area of interest, putting my stop just below kind of that big major area and entering off of some sort of double bottom or major key support level. Again, can always adjust this. Everybody's risk tolerance is going to be different, but in this scenario, you could get a nice 10 or 11 to 1 ratio here if you were doing a leverage trade. Now, if you're looking at the pull back into that previous support up to that next level, you're looking at about 153% gain up to that $22 mark. And I think that render could continue to run through this entire cycle. What I don't want to do, though, is try to get overly involved in assets that are already up how much from this even accumulative base in here, up about 25x currently. And then from the absolute low that came in here, we're talking about a 37, 38x. Now, again, if you guys are swing traders and you're really in this and you know what you're doing, you're getting in on higher lows and you're taking profit, great. But please don't think that you need to get involved in the most expensive assets out there in order to make money. There are plenty of opportunities out there. Everyone does this every cycle. They start to play the hot potato game. They jump around and they end up walking away with less money than they put into it. So I love render. I do. From a fundamental standpoint, absolutely phenomenal. From a technical perspective, I don't think I could even get involved from a swing trade personally unless we got a retest of like a 50% retrace for like a $5 or $6 render in here. People thought I wasn't going to get my helium entry. I was patient and I got it. So, at the end of the day, there's going to be opportunities you look at, they get away from you, and that's fine. But if you don't have any rules and you just take whatever feels best to you for the day, it's never going to pan out well for you at the end, right? I'd rather miss 10 opportunities and take 2 opportunities that fit into my rule book exactly and be okay with some of those opportunities walking away. And some of you guys need that emotional discipline in your life. You need to just have a little bit of control when it comes to your investing. This isn't a casino. And if you treat it like a casino, it'll treat you back like a casino, right? It'll treat you like the unadvantaged player you are. The goal is for you guys is to be advantaged players in this space, and that requires sometimes missing opportunities that don't fit your rules.
Someone's got a clip that, Maddie, this is like you used to say, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And that's
right.
Really just that's really just what you get from playing crypto like that. If you're going to play this crypto game and you approach it like that, you're going to lose, I swear. Like, I promise. On everything, you buy render right now, the likelihood of you not, you lose foresight without having to start in the bear market and, accumulate crypto and then enter the bull run because you're already up. So you're already feeling that good. If you enter it now, you're just emotional because price is going to correct, then you're going to be down, and then price is going to come up, then you're going to want to sell and get even, and then you're going to enter again, and then price is going to move up, you're going to miss a sell, and so you get super emotional, guys, and you don't want to be in that position. And so if you are, if you are trying to get into crypto right now, you need to hop in the Discord, you need to join the community, you need to join the platform so you don't make the mistakes that I see over YouTube all the time. People are wanting to get into new altcoins, and it makes me sad, but it also makes me thankful that I bought in during the lows, but now you got to be strategic now. You got to have people around you to take a strategic approach to crypto. That's what we got here, team. Click the link in the pinned comment down below. It's the first link. Join us there, 30-day free. Hop in the Discord. You'll have all the moderators there. You'll have Maddie there, the whole team there to help you. And we can all do this together, make a lot of money, and then, go car shopping or Lambo shopping or R8 shopping in Maddie's case. Maddie, anything to leave the team with here? We are out of time.
Yeah, of course, because we're out of time. Of course, like we said, 30-day free treat, but make sure you guys do code YouTube at checkout. It's always a bummer if you guys get charged. You got to do the refund. Not a big deal, but hey, might as well not get it taken out of your account at a higher rate than you absolutely need to. Comes up to $49 a month or $4.99 for the year. You do save over $100 going with that yearly option. So again, 30 days comes free with either one, so you get an option to try it out. But hope to see you guys in there sometime soon.
Team, the Ask Maddie Show, 2:30 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you drop your most controversial, your most hot takes, and I will bring them up. I really want some good ones this week, so make sure you leave them down in the comment section down below. And we're gonna keep it a positive show this week. No negativity. Just we wanna progress here. It's the time. If you want to be negative in the bear market, leave your negativity in the bear market. It's time to go make money. It's time to be strategic. Ask good questions, and I will bring them up on the next show, which is on Wednesday. So, team, until next time, bye.